folks, and welcome to Craic News. Today we have James McConkey. He's advocating for medical
cannabis in the UK.
You're medicated on medical marijuana.
Yes, I'm prescribed it legally, so I am through a UK clinic. My clinic is called Life,
Right.
Lyphe.
But that's private.
It's private,
Right.
so at the moment it's very, very hard to get it through the NHS.
So you can't get it through the NHS.
You can get it through the NHS, but it's been on trial since 2010.
So see what like you're saying it helps you with like trauma and like sort of like negativity and stuff. In what way? Like because whenever I take cannabis myself, or when I have in the past, I'm one of those guys just whiteys, right? I'm like anxiety attacks. Probably didn't help that my mate thought he was having a stroke beside me, right? Crawling up the stairs. But it has the opposite effect on me. So it's really interesting to hear that it makes you feel relaxed, or it makes you disassociate, or how does it help with those traumatic sort of?
Well, that's a brilliant question, because the way what happens in my head. So a breakdown. I've got ADHD. My ADHD is my more severe condition.
Oh, okay.
My ASD, autism spectrum disorder. I might as well be fully autistic, but I'm on a waiting list. But
they get diagnosed.
Yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah. But what happens is, so my brain is constantly, James, racing with thoughts.
Right.
But when I take my cannabis, it calms my head down. So as you can see, even now on it, I'm very
Yeah. So are you high right now?
Not high, medicated. Medicated in my terms, and I'll always stick to that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to come here really calm and relaxed, because I wouldn't be able to show my passion.
Right. I was going to say to you, because you're very on the ball. I was like, if this is him when he's on marijuana, what's he like without it? I was like, he must be on speed or something.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't need marijuana. If this is what he is like when he's on, is medicated, not high, just to tell everyone.
So you're not medicated today? Or were you?
I'm not medicated at the moment.
Okay,
So I'm on two forms. So I am, right, which is flour. So you can get different forms. There's edibles you can get prescribed. There's flour form.
But what is? I don't have a clue. So what's flour form?
So flour would be like
buds to smoke.
Yeah. So but you don't smoke it. So part of the law is you need to vaporize it.
Right.
So you need to have a dry herb vaporizer. And that's not the same as your vape you get down for you get on Poundland or your Lost Marys, or I
was like, he's selling vapes out in Castle Street. That's why he's here.
That's how he was down at Poundland.
But okay, so you have to get like a special vaporized kind of.
You need a dry herb vaporizer, and with that is how you can consume your cannabis. But there's loads of ways you can consume your cannabis, so it doesn't need to be flour.
I've seen a lot of people get the oil, but there is no THC in it. What do you call that? The CBD oil.
CBD oil.
So that wouldn't help with you. You have to have that THC in it.
Yeah, the main thing THC's doing great for, James, is epilepsy, chronic pain, right? And that's the two main things. And look, I don't have either of those.
Yeah.
See, the reason I'm prescribed it for my autism and ADHD, like I said, to calm my head down. The people make me relax. And like I'm flipping running here, but speaking wise, like I'm a shotgun, just firing words at you. But it just THC makes me calm down, and for my autism, it really helps me with. So my autism is what I know of, and I'm still learning about my autism, and I'm doing courses as well, and I would highly recommend if anyone who does struggle, Recovery College. There's a college.
Cool.
If you have illnesses,
cool.
If you have conditions, illnesses, or anything, it's a free college out there, and it's at Yorkgate, and it's great with open arms. But for autism, cannabis helps me in the way that, see, I have textures and food colours.
Right.
That's my autism.
Right.
That's what I know of.
So like, if you had a plate of food and
you give me a plate of liver, you put a plate of liver in front of me, I'd be sick.
But what if like you have like mashed potato and that's like touching the sausage or something?
That's
you can't have that.
I wouldn't even see even that.
You're gonna throw up on the podcast.
You hear me?
Right, so that's textures and then food
colours,
and
yes. So
like, can you have
see anything yellow?
Oh really?
Anything yellow, I'll eat.
Oh, you'll eat like banana?
Well, I'm drinking.
But you can't eat like.
I can't eat a banana. No, see, you ask, and I'll tell you.
Okay, so you textures, and then you're funny with like colours and stuff. But does that mean like if you have peas on a plate, Can you eat anything green?
No.
Is it?
No, but that's a very good question because I said about colour. No. Green is something I'm very... I like the colour green.
Right. But you can't eat it? You can't
I
eat
like
it?
the colour green. No, it's the texture of peas.
Imagine you're at a restaurant, mate. It
Oh,
must be a nightmare.
flip me! I'd flip. It wouldn't be me running it. I'm telling you, I couldn't even do Five Guys, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. But like, so for example, right? This is a really good example for it. Is tomatoes, right? I love pizza. Hate tomatoes.
Well, that makes sense. I hate tomatoes and love pizza.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck, I hate tomatoes.
Come in, trying to make a point.
I fucking despise tomatoes. If I get a fry and there's a big dirty fried tomato on it, I might get that out of my sight.
Well, that's just one of my wee points.
Yeah. You're raising a really good point there that medical marijuana helps your anxiety, it helps you calm down, it helps with your ADHD. What's the perception of people that you meet? Like if you go on dates?
I met this girl through a Tinder.
Okay.
Nowadays, that's the
Red
way.
flag already.
Oh, well, that is. I mean, I was flipping every flag. But the date was going great, right?
Okay.
And we had a couple of dates and all, right?
Oh, nice.
So I was with her, a couple of dates. Everything's good. Everything's going good between me and her. And she starts talking to me. She starts saying to me, she goes, "Do you know what? I thought you looked a bit dodgy or something. There's something just like you're so nice, but there was something a bit off with you. Like,
What a thing to say on a date.
and this is a couple of dates down the road.
That's a chat up line and a half there.
This is his uni once. And she goes, I don't know, it's just something weird about you. And I go, no, go ahead, say it, because I was like, it's the tattoos. And all she goes, yes. And she goes, and I just don't know, like, I was like, well, can I tell you something? I take medical cannabis.
Yeah.
Right, and now, flip. I've never seen someone. She looked at me. Now this girl, posh girl, lived in England.
Yeah.
Flip. I mean, good looking. You'd see her on a folk flipping magazine. I'm telling you, she's 10 out of 10. And she just looked at me. She looked at me in disgust. like I was a piece of dirt. Like I was a piece of dirt on the ground, and she just stood up. Got her handbag
And left?
mate, I didn't know what to say. No, but she says, "See you, see me." I said, "I thought the rest of my head, see me. What about me?" Like, look around me. Is there anyone else here? Is there anyone else she knows? Anyone else know this woman? Because I don't know her. But no, I start thinking, see me. I started saying that in my head. Obviously not saying it out loud. Like,
What did she say? What did she say after that?
She goes, "See you. You're not gonna last till you're 50.
What?
And
Maybe that's helping you last until you're 50.
I'll be 50 years old. It'll be my birthday. So on my birthday, I'm still thinking, am I going to get assassinated?
For your 50th birthday, you should go to Five Guys, have a wee candle and your burger, and then celebrate.
I will, actually.
Maybe she thought you were a plate of food and you had nothing touching, all the food's touching.
And to be honest, that was a good time. She knew anyway about my pickiness and all with food. She knew all about that.
Yeah.
She knew all about the autism. You know, she knew about the ADHD. She just didn't know about the medication.
Okay.
Because I've been through so much medication in my life. I'm not open when I'm getting into a trustworthy
100%.
thing. And I don't know. It's just maybe that's still the stigma about
It's
it.
just a stigma, right? Yeah.
And this is where I am, and I will just keep on fighting to just show
100%,
that,
yeah.
because if it's helped me, it can help other people. But like I said, there's a wee saying I always go by, and a lot of us all patients go by, different strains for different brains.
I probably should have thought about that when I went to Amsterdam. Like didn't know what I was doing.
Sure.
Jeepers, I was nuts.
Now, see, going over to Amsterdam, if you're thinking about going over there to try to see if it's
Oh,
good,
yeah.
that's not the way.
Okay.
You don't want to go over to Amsterdam if you have conditions and think, here, I've heard this man on the podcast. I can't get it privately. I'll book a flight to Amsterdam. Next
You
thing
could have told me
know-
that 8 years ago. I was on a boat, staying on a boat in a hostel boat, and I just did not have a good time. But we'll wrap it up here. I want to ask. That's really good information about all the medical stuff. But do you sell like
accessories? So
Yeah.
I sell accessories for patients to use, and a lot of people, when they hear bongs, they think, sure, if you have to use a dry herb vaporizer, how does that
That's
work?
what I was thinking,
with a
yeah.
bong? Vaporizers like that, and then there's buttons on it, you can turn it on.
Okay.
You turn it on, heat it up, you wait about a minute, so you do 180 degrees is the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
Same as my
that.
oven. Yeah, that's good.
So and basically 180, you'll heat it up. You heat it up, and that glass stem you can take out and put into your bong.
Oh.
So you've got a water filter.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
there's a dry herb vaporizer.
Yeah, yeah.
That doesn't mean you have to. Like there's accessories for it. So
Yeah, yeah.
like the stem itself, it can fit into any of it is what it is bongs.
And how would if anyone's looking to try medicinal marijuana or do have a subscription, how do they acquire those from you? Like, do you have a website or
If
is it?
anybody wants to get in touch with helping of getting on board with trying to get their prescription and get on with a clinic, I
Yeah.
am part of Life, and I have got Life is LYPHE.
Right.
So
Is that a website or is
it's
it?
a clinic? It's a clinic. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
a clinic that I'm part of, and I can help people with getting on board with them.
Oh,
Not a
class.
problem.
Very good.
So if
Yeah.
or the requirements are, you have 2 conditions. So for example, mine would be autism,
Yeah.
ADHD. You have to have 2 treatments.
Right.
2 treatments could be, for me, there were prescribed NHS pills.
Right.
So you'd have to have, maybe try 2 or 3 of them for your conditions.
Yeah.
Right? And then the second one would be therapy for me.
Oh, yeah. I got that
That's
as well.
the ways you can get on board, and like I'm open to help anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody who is disabled or struggling or who thinks that they're tired with taking countless numbers of pills and
Yeah, yeah.
rattling. If you've had so many pills and you've had all of these and you don't think that they're doing anything,
Yeah, yeah.
because a lot of things like the pills that I mentioned, you get addicted to, and
Yeah.
eventually they don't do what they need to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And just what you can do is you can go privately, and if you've got the 2 conditions, try 2 treatments, get the summary care record from your doctor.
Yeah.
You got all 3 of them things, I can help you out.
There we go. Smoke weed every day. No, thank you very much for that information. That's great. And I can find you on Instagram as well, isn't it? You got an Instagram handle?
Yes, it is what it is, products.
Yeah, awesome. And thank you very much for coming on. Cheers.
Yes, thank you, James. Thank you, gentlemen.